up, everybody? Welcome back to Black Fire, and I'm Jay.
And I'm Destiny.
And today we're gonna get into the recap of Lovecraft episode 8.
Y'all, this episode stressed me the fuck out. Last episode, I was like so empowered. I was like, yes, the black girls and black women everywhere. This episode is like, what the fuck is going on? And at times I was kind of confused, and it was like going like back and forth a lot, so please bear with us.
Definitely this episode was more of like, okay, back to reality.
Yeah. Actually a little nice episode.
Right.
All right, so let's get started. So the scene opens up to Diana, Atticus, Ruby, Letty, and Montrose at Emmett Till's funeral. And so it's the hottest day of the year, and unfortunately the mom had the funeral that day, and she decided to do an open casket so everybody can see like what happened to her son. Mm-hmm. So Diana is distraught because that's her best friend, and she's starting to feel overwhelmed by like the crowd and everything, and not having, you know, her mom there. So she leaves, and Atticus and everybody's wondering like where did she went, and Atticus is distracted by the book that he found in the observatory. So now next scene, it jumps to Diana at the arcade, and she's looking through a window, and she's just reminiscing about her best friend Emmett, and she sees these two black girls just like dancing and having fun, and she gets upset because she's like, you know, our best friend just died, and why are you happy? Why are you enjoying yourself? You know,
right. This is something that the police keeps repeatedly doing to people, and I'm pretty sure that's not the first time that happened to a 14-year-old boy, or, you know, a young kid that was African American. You know, unfortunately, but it was definitely like a big thing for, like you said, the mom to have the open casket so she could show what the police did to my son.
Because some white woman lied and said that he whistled at her. So she's upset, and she throws rocks at the girls, and then she goes into the alley. She sees these cops, and then she starts just walking to the alley, and the cops are like, where's your mom, man? Like, here's your comic book, we found this, like, you know, like, what's going on? Like, what's your mom's name? You know, and then she was like, Hippolyta, and then like one of the cops was like, well, what's up with these African names? Like, fucking assholes. And it's the other cop, the captain, he's like, you know about magic? And then like the other dude holds her down. He says some weird ass fucking spell, spits in his hand, and puts that shit on her fucking forehead.
A huge nigga.
That shit was fucking disgusting. And so like, so after that, Lady goes into the house, and she's looking for Diana, and all of a sudden she hears a voice, and of course the voice to me sounded like Gia. Okay, so now it jumps to Atticus meeting Christine at the cemetery, which I don't even understand why he would do that, considering that's his enemy. So anyway, he asks her to teach him how to cast a spell, and he'll give her the key that was found in the solar system. And then she shows him how to do a protection spell, and says that he needs a body in order to not upset the laws of nature. And then he asks her what's going to happen on the fall equinox, and she says that she's going to become immortal. But I don't understand why he even asks her for help, you know? Like, I don't get that.
I think it's because of what happened to Emmett Till. Like, with him being so young, being a 14-year-old African-American boy, and what the police did to him probably just, like, you know, scared everybody. That's why the whole neighborhood was there when the funeral happened. Probably more people than the whole neighborhood. People probably traveled to go see him at the beginning of the show. So I'm pretty sure it's just like for his own self-protection, and then maybe too if he could even do something about like all the events that's happening to people. So he kind of wanted to, you know how to just have protection over them.
I think also like whatever he saw in the future also really scared the shit out of him. So he was like, fuck it, I'm about to ask her for fucking help. So Diana, she goes back home, and she's angry at Montrose because she knows that he's lying about her mom. She just wants to know the truth. So she goes into the bathroom, and you can see a book called Uncle Tom's Cabin, which I don't understand why it kind of showed it. And then she plays music, but all of a sudden the music changes and says that something's knocking at the door, and the Uncle Tom cover of the book changes into a creature.
Right.
And then she leaves, and then it switches again, and fucking Ruby goes back to Christina / William, and she basically sleeps with him again / her. But before she even does that, she drinks the potion to become a white woman.
I'm pretty sure it's because she didn't want to be black at that moment.
Yeah.
You know, having to go to Emmett Till's funeral, I think everything is kind of like reverting back to everybody's feelings on a young boy. Yeah, being killed by, well, I don't know if it was by the police, but just like a group of racist people.
White dudes.
So it's like, you know, like everybody is being affected and they're all trying to deal with it in their own way. So Ruby's way of trying to deal with it was going back and having sex, because some people use sex for, you know.
Yeah, I think that's what she does.
Right. Yeah. So it was more of like she just didn't want to be black at that moment, so she drinks the potion to turn into a white woman and then to have sex with William. Because I noticed too that the time that she used to have sex with William, or I just don't know if they was having sex for that long, but you remember she started breaking out of her skin back into a black girl.
That was nasty.
So I'm like, I wonder, was he doing it for that long, or did she wait?
Yeah,
you know, until she.
I think she waited at that moment before she changed, but I didn't understand why she would wait at that moment. Maybe because she just felt just tired and she was just over everything. That's why she waited. I don't really understand.
Or maybe she just felt numb, like to what happened, and she wanted.
I get that. Yeah.
I don't know. She wanted to feel pain.
Lord. So then it jumps again, and Atticus goes home, sees Gia. Then it jumps again. Lord. So Diana's waiting for the train. She sees this girl skipping backwards. And she looks like the cover from the Uncle Tom's book. And she's some type of creature with these long ass nails. And then she whispers in the light skinned girl's ear. This bitch bends backwards and she's like, where she at?
And you can tell by the relationship that the two little monster girls have is that they're friends, just like from the book. Was it Uncle Tom's Cabin?
Uncle Tom's Cabin,
Yeah. Basically, while Dee is on the train running away from these creatures that's following her, the story jumps back.
At the same time, I'm sorry.
They was getting it.
Just a little but I was like, hey, okay,
They was having a good time. So basically, it jumps back to Gia and Atticus and Letty all in the same room. And Gia basically is explaining to Atticus about her dream, or her vision when they were having intercourse, and when her nine tails, you know, connected into him and stuff. That's still crazy. So basically, she's still explaining to Letty because she didn't understand what was going on.
Yeah.
And she was there before Atticus was, so she basically told her how they was in love and all of that. So she turns to Atticus and basically tells the dream, and is telling him like, you're gonna die, and like, my dreams have never been wrong before. When I see somebody die, it's just bound to happen. So he gets upset with her. Letty is already upset because obviously she's pregnant. She knows she's pregnant at this point, and she didn't tell Atticus.
I'm sorry, but Atticus was being a straight dick to Gia. Like, she did not deserve that. She came back for him because she loved him and she wants to be there for him. Like, she did not need to talk to Gia that way at all. That was fucked up.
He just did it because he seen Letty was upset.
Yeah, that was it. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, she is there to fucking help you. It's a good thing that you have a fucking nine-tailed fox on your side, because that bitch could fucking kill you. The fuck?
So it's like, he didn't have to talk to her like that.
No.
And then, so basically Letty gets upset, walks away from the table. Atticus is about to chase after her, tells Gia to leave his fucking house, don't ever fucking come back again, and just be's a dick to her. And she looks like she's about to start crying because obviously she still loved him. You know, it wasn't even that long ago that he wasn't
really
there.
wasn't, and I was pretty fucked up. Like, if I was you, I was just like, you know, fuck you.
Yeah, but
I was here to help you, but fuck you.
Yeah, but she loved him. Yeah. So it hurt her feelings. Atticus chases Letty to the room because she's pissed and she's packing all this shit. And basically, he tells her that he gave Christina the key at the graveyard.
Which pisses her off even more. Like, why would you do that?
Right. So she's just over him. So she's like, get your shit and go. And then he try to go, and then she pulls on him. Where you going?
No, it's funny. So she's like, we ain't done.
Right. Even though she told him to go.
Yeah.
You know, we do that. So then it jumps to basically after Ruby and Christina had sex, because now Christina's back in her own form to just sitting chilling. And Ruby basically goes to Christina and explains how upset and tired she is of, you know, things just happening to black people just all the time. And like
she just tired of being tired, you know, like she just over everything.
Right, and how Emmett Till was basically killed for no reason. You know, just basically, you know, Vincent letting her know. And then she asks her, do you even care? You know, maybe ask Christina, do you even care about what happened? Do you feel anything? Like, you know, so then Christina's like, with a blank face, no, I don't care.
Bitch did not give a fuck. I could say this one thing about Christina. Her outfits do be fly as fuck. I can say this one thing. Other than that, I can't stand that bitch. But her outfits and her hair be fire though.
Right. She got good style. Bitch. But basically, she tells her, I don't care about what happened, and I don't think you care either because I think you like feeling pain. Which is probably the reason why, you know, when they was having sex, she waited until that moment.
Honestly, I could see some truth to that. Like, I kind of feel like she does like the pain, but I still kind of feel like she's just tired, you know? I feel like it's both.
I think she liked the pain, because why the fuck you just so willing to stretch out your skin all the time?
And then why you so willing to go back to William, who also lied? Like...
We'll see. We'll get into that later. But, so yeah, basically, she says she doesn't care. She likes pain. And then it switches to Diana and Letty. And the creature is behind her because Letty is now leaving. She's going to church. And Diana is basically trying to stop her, trying to tell her what's been going on with her, why she's been leaving, why she's kind of been AWOL. And as she tries to say it, Diana starts coughing and she's, you know, starts choking. She can't talk. So then Letty's just like,
go ahead, get some water.
Go get some water. I don't know what's going on with you, but I'm not gonna
think
ask.
Just behind her, just smiling like, cheese, bitch. Like, I'm right here.
Right. So then the monster, or the two little girl monsters, can't touch Letty. So then that confuses Diana, and she's just like, okay, so it's just literally just after me, because it didn't even touch her. Didn't even notice her, just kind of went across her, whatever. So then we also switch to Atticus with his dad, and they're just basically like on a random street, and the dad is just sitting there drinking, and Atticus asks, did you ever cheat on my mom? Because he still has, you know, feelings about what he saw. Right. So then he was like, no, I never cheated on her. And you know, the reason why, basically, he was saying, me and your mom kind of had an agreement. You know, we both wanted a family. Right, your mom wanted a family, I wanted a family. But more than anything of wanting a family, I just didn't want to die. So then Atticus kind of looks at him and, you know, interested in what he's talking about. And Montrose?
Yeah, Montrose. That's
okay. Montrose basically has said that back then when he was younger, it would have been like a death sentence to be gay. He had a pastor that was a part of his church who got caught in the park with another man, just hanging out, like not doing anything or whatever, but just openly in the South.
They didn't like that at all. They snatched his ass right up.
Right. So then they took him and they put him in an insane asylum and cut out half his brains. And basically, he just sat in there, you know, suffering for however long he was alive. So, yeah, Montrose did not want to be openly gay. And that's the reason why he hid it from everybody.
It's like, I can understand that, but that's still no excuse for beating your son. That was still fucked up. Like, I get where he's coming from, but, like, you still didn't have to beat your kid.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Especially if you wanted a family that bad. Like, I didn't see no reason for you beating your son at all.
He probably thought, in a sense, and I'm not saying it's right, but maybe that he was protecting him.
Like,
you know, so if he was doing certain... Like, I'm not saying he was right. Weird. But it's more of like, you know, if he would see certain actions, you know...
Yeah.
I don't know.
That kind of protected him, so that what happened to the pastor won't happen to Atticus if he was gay.
Right. So he's basically just trying to steer him away from, I don't know what you would call, like, gay, like, activity as a child or whatever. But, you know, I guess maybe, like, if he was looking at dresses or something, then he would be like, oh, yeah, no, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yeah.
You know, or if it just seemed like something that was more of like, okay, I have a feeling that he can be gay, maybe he felt like that was his way in protecting him. You know, which is no excuse.
Yeah.
You don't ever need to beat your kid, especially not for that. Especially if you're gay. You know, maybe you can empower each other.
I think it's more because he was afraid, you know, to be gay.
Right. So after they have that conversation, Atticus shows the Lovecraft book to his dad, and it was written by George Freeman, which we all first thought was the uncle.
I was the uncle.
And it wasn't the uncle. It was actually Atticus' son in the future.
And they just switched from that fucking scene. I was like, wait, let me process this. Okay, like, how did this happen? How did you find out about this? How did you even find the fucking book? Like.
Right, so basically he found the book when he went back in time, and then he was, I don't know, I guess spat back out by the time continuum thingy, and he had that book in his hand. So that was from last episode, so that's how he had the book. And he basically tells the dad too that Letty is pregnant, and that's how he knows that she's pregnant at this time, because in the book he's basically supposed to die within a couple of days, so technically she will have to be pregnant right now. So then it goes back to Christina and Letty sitting in a church, which I found kind of weird.
I was like, okay.
Because she went to a church. But Letty was basically praying over Atticus, and just like all African American people, you know, everybody's still hurting after what happened. It's only been like a day or two or whatever. So it's still pretty fresh. And she's basically praying and asking God to protect everybody. And then Christina walks in, sits next to her, and she asks her to put a protection spell over Atticus. And Christina's like, no,
but I do it for you, bitch.
Right. So she was like, you know, I'll do it for you, whatever, in exchange for the pages that Atticus translated.
Yo, when she got up and walked away, and Letty was like, wait, like, the facial expression that Christina had, like, I was like, oh, this bitch is getting exactly what she fucking wants. Like, did you see her facial expression? Like, oh, okay, I got this bitch.
I mean, the pages could be fake. It don't even have to be what is actually written on there.
But she thought she got what she wanted, though.
Right. But we'll see. Whatever. To be honest, I feel like Christina is, like, yeah, she's using all of them to do this, but
she's being kind of like a puppeteer.
Yeah, but she's not really that smart.
Really?
To me, I feel like Christina's not that smart, because you could have did all this shit by yourself.
I feel like it's pretty obvious what she's doing. Yeah, exactly. Why didn't she just do it by herself? But I feel like she's bored and she's just using people just because.
I know, but if you so down bored, go figure out the shit you need to figure out.
Exactly.
You had this like, for example, the solar system. You had that within your grasp the whole time.
Yeah, I don't understand, why didn't she just go into the house and go get it? Why put Letty in the house? Like, that didn't make any sense.
Well, the solar system came from the mansion that went down. Remember when Hippolyta went and found it? So it was already in her house.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you as smart as you trying to use people, you're not as smart to try to get all this shit done. Now that your dad is dead too.
You're supposed to be like the all powerful now, you know. So like, why don't you just do this shit yourself?
Right.
Exactly.
So you didn't find the books. You didn't find the key. You didn't. So at this time, just like a prediction, she might think she's smart. I don't think she's
I think she's gonna get her just like her daddy did, because he thought he was a shit. He thought he knew everything. Guess what happened?
Right.
He died.
Right. So basically, Christina then goes back. She puts on a spell on Letty on her tummy, and basically says, okay, so you're protected now, whatever, give me the pages, bye. So after that, Diana goes after the police captain. So she's basically showed up to the police station, and I want to bring up something. I want to bring up something I thought was very weird. I don't know if you guys caught it, but I caught it. So when she rode her bike through the alley in a little I don't know.
The girls that was crumping, it was getting it. I was like, yeah.
I want to call them. I don't know. I need a name for them.
I kept calling them the Crumpers. I was like, y'all gonna be the Crumpers today.
The Crumping Twins. So basically, while they was crumping behind her, coming up on her, or whatever, they touched her. Did you guys notice that?
I noticed that her nails got like super long, and she kind of just like touched her like a little bit, but I thought she was gonna grab her ass.
Yeah. So I don't know what was going on with that. I know it has to be like some type of symbolism of why they didn't hurt her. at that time, because they could have just hurt her.
They literally could have just snatched her ass up. Like, she was literally right there.
Yeah, but they didn't. It jumps back, and Atticus is still sitting there talking to his dad, and basically explains how he got the book in the first place when he was pushed into the portal, or sucked into the portal. Yeah. And basically says that a woman in the hood shoved the book in his head and pushed him back out the portal.
I have a theory about that. I think it was Letty that was in the hood, like future Letty. I think that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, I think that's her.
I don't know. So many possibilities. Is crazy. And then he basically says that Hippolyta is still trapped in the future, or might be trapped in the future. We don't know at this point. And he says that he read the majority of the book, which was fast because he just got it.
Yeah. But I'm that way too. If the book is that good, I will finish it in a day.
Right. So basically, he just goes into like some things that's changed in the book, like, which is funny because now I kind of think is all of it true, because it says that Christina's actually a man.
I think he just changed it on purpose.
Well, it says that's what Atticus is saying, that he changed thing in the book. Christina, it was right.
It's kind of half a man.
No, but it's right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's crazy. So it makes me think like what else in the book was actually real, which was
that's crazy.
So and then he says that he comes upon a part where Christina's gonna sacrifice him for Equinox, and to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So then it comes to a part, and Atticus says that he read that Christina is gonna sacrifice him on the day of Equinox, so she can become immortal, because that's just basically her whole thing at this point.
I wish they could kill her, but she got that mark of Cain, so she can't fucking die.
Right. So let's see. Then we jump to Atticus discussing that he wanted to try to cast his protection spell on his cell so that he can't die. It jumps back to Diana, and she goes into the captain's office. And I don't even know how the hell she got in there.
I don't know either. She just walked in that bitch like, remove this spell. I was like, shit, okay.
She was a savage. She ain't scared no more. She had these little crumpet twins following her all night.
She is over it.
She over it. She like, just take the spell off of me. And basically, she's asking him to remove it. He's like, no, I'm not gonna do it. And then she's like, and Hippolyta is Greek, stupid.
It's not a fucking African name,
right?
And you just like, oh, okay,
right? Like he cares anyway. Yeah. So he was like, I want something. I need you to give it to me. And she was like, fuck you. And she spit on him. She called him a pig.
I was like, yes.
So then she starts riding her bike away after the police refuses to.
And she is hyped up.
Yeah, she's mad. So she's just riding her bike super fast. And in the background, there's a speech about how young African American girls be in statistics instead of being able to be vibrant and beautiful. She's basically saying that black girls are not just numbers, and black women are being murdered at a disproportional rate. So, which was important, throwing some facts in there, some history. So then it goes back to Montrose and Atticus, and they're preparing to do the spell. So they draw the protection spell on the floor that Christina gave to them, which I do not trust her. So I don't know.
Because when it was doing it, I was like, that bitch is gonna kill her. She gonna kill her right now. Like, what the fuck? Like, why would you go to her for help? But I'm just saying that he was desperate.
Right.
But it's just like, fuck, why her?
It just sucked because it's like there's nobody else they can go to.
Actually, that black lady that did the spell on the house, remember?
Girl,
the last couple. Is she dead?
That damn.
Oh shit!
Broke her back.
Oh yeah, I think she gone. Dead. Fuck.
But I was thinking that I was like, I wonder. I don't know if it's just because this is just like the only person they come in contact with, but back then, like in Africa and stuff like that, all magic and stuff originated from it.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
So there's like voodoo and hoodoo and stuff. So I'm not sure. I don't know if that's just because what they know, and then they find out that their blood is tied into it, that's what they want to try. But I would have been trying all type of stuff.
Look, I don't know if I touched that.
I would have been messing with voodoo. I would have went to other people like, hey, I need your help.
That shit scares me.
Yeah, but with the I don't know what you would call her. I'm gonna call her voodoo lady. with the voodoo lady, which I'm pretty sure she's not. I'm,
Although she was just
sorry
a witch,
for. Well, maybe she was a witch.
I don't know. Yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm messing that up. But when she came in there and she, oh, poor little lamb, I just thought about it. Sorry. When she cut the lamb,
that shit.
Yeah, when she cut the lamb's throat and she put the X over there, it worked.
Yeah, it's a protection spell.
Right, because Christina couldn't get her ass in there. So, I mean, it's all tied somehow. So, like, I'm kind of thinking, like, why don't they go to somebody else,
I don't know. I don't feel like people weren't that out,
about it.
About, like, voodoo and stuff like that. Because people would be like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, but they found the lady.
That's true. But I forgot how they found the lady, though.
I don't think it said.
No, I don't think it said either.
Yeah, but I would have been trying to go to other people because I just don't trust Christina.
Why would you go to her for help? Yeah.
Right. So basically, Montrose and Atticus are doing a spell, and they're drawing a symbol that Christina gave to them, trusting her, trying to see if it works. And basically, it doesn't work
at all.
So
that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, she could have put a curse on you, Atticus. Why would you listen to this crazy bitch? Crazy bitch hires 2 guys, Christina, if y'all don't know. Hires 2 guys to beat her up and kill her so she knows how Emmett Till felt. That's what I was guessing. How Emmett Till felt when he died. And then she started laughing. So that was really creepy.
I think it wasn't like a laugh. Because you know what? I feel like this is a big part of the episode. Because, she did hire somebody to basically kill her in the same way. But you have to think of why. Then because she could have just cut her throat. It's multiple ways she could have died. Yeah. Because she was only just doing it just to try to find out if, her spell or whatever the hell she was doing was working. She was
just trying to just test her spell. That's what she was trying to do.
She was trying to test it out.
I thought this bitch, she was like, oh, let me see how Emmett Till felt when he died. Maybe I could feel something,
Yeah, I think that was the point of it, though. But because that's why it's like she's very complex. She's still not smart to me, or the smartest one.
The things that she does is weird. It doesn't make any sense, but she does.
But I feel like she did. That's how most people do feel. Like if it doesn't contain to them, if they don't feel the hurt, they don't care. Yeah. So when Ruby had asked her, "Do you actually care?" She was being honest.
It didn't pertain to her. So
it didn't pertain to her.
She didn't care.
Right. So she wanted to see how it felt. So maybe she felt like then she could relate back to what Ruby was saying. Because, you have to realize they didn't have to go through any of that. Just like Ruby was saying, it's your privilege. So that's why you don't understand. You don't care. You're just so wrapped up in it. You'll never understand how we feel.
Exactly, yeah.
So in that, I think Christina wanted to understand how Ruby felt, which kind of shows that she does kind of care for Ruby.
Kind of.
So it's like, it's all very complex because you don't know what level does she really care. Does she? Because, somebody who cares would do that.
But honestly, I feel like she was also testing her spell to see if this still worked, though. But because I feel like, like you were saying, like she kind of cares, but not as much, Does that make sense?
But too, at the same time, it's like you have to care a good amount to be able to go through that. Because you didn't have to.
That's true. Yeah.
So that's why Christina's character is very complex in that way. Because it's like you never know really how she feels. You kind of feel like she cares, and then you kind of feel like she doesn't.
It's like she switches up like a lot. So it's like, what the fuck is going on with her?
Right.
But so Letty's looking at pictures of her and Atticus, and then Ruby comes down, and she tells Ruby that she's pregnant. And then Ruby tells her that she knows everything.
Yeah, she been there.
And that she knew. She knew because Christina told her, and then Christina's gonna teach her how to do spells. And then Letty's fucking shocked. She's like, this bitch is using you. Like, why aren't you realizing this?
And she told her too that she's been having sex with her, and that
she told her everything. So. That she's William, and she was like, what the fuck, the butler? And
she changes herself into a white woman to get a job, and then she figured out she didn't want to be white, so she basically just went through her whole journey with her sister now.
And I think Letty was just trying to figure out, what the fuck, like, okay, which point do I talk about first? Like, what is going on?
Letty is just like...
Hold on, bitch. Can you do 1 point at a time? Like,
right. And she just kind of runs through it because now you can see Ruby is like used to it.
Yeah, she just doesn't care.
She's a man. We still have sex. She know magic. She gonna teach me. I was a white lady.
Yeah, and then Letty's basically like Ruby, you're being, to me, she's being gullible because she thinks that she's gonna do spells, and I'm like, I don't think Christina's gonna teach her how to do shit. So
yeah, but Ruby's confident that she's gonna learn magic from her, and that basically she's using her just how Christina's using her for sex.
So anyway, Diana gets ready to fight the creatures, and I'm getting like hyped up, like, oh, this bitch is about to like go off on these bitches, and then it switches back to all these cops surrounding Letty's house, and the captain really wants that damn key, but he can't get it because of the protection spell. So which
was hilarious because I want to take y'all back to that scene where they showed up at the door.
Bitch was confident as fuck. I'm about to go in and get this key.
And that's why I was saying I feel like they should. I don't know if they have anybody else to go to.
Yeah.
But they should have went to somebody else because the lady spell did work. If you evil, or you got some other intentions, that's not true.
You can't get in.
You cannot get in.
That's why that one cop actually was able to get in. Did you see that?
Because he didn't know what the hell was going on. So that's why I want to take y'all back to that real quick because it was hilarious. So they showed up all big and bad, and then was like, because we have a warrant to search the premises. Even though we don't, we're not gonna share
you. He was feeling himself so hard.
The dude that went in was like, yeah. So then he like pushed her out the window, like, move out the way. And then he walks in and he's like standing there and he looks around
waiting. Okay, nice house.
How y'all get this house? So while he over there distracted, whatever, we know why he not the lieutenant because he kind of slow.
Yeah. So he was just waiting for orders. Like, okay, captain, like what you want here? Look around. Do?
So he looking around the house, and then the captain, who Diana went to try to get the spell off of her, who originally put it on her, tried to walk in and he couldn't.
Nope.
But it was
mad as fuck.
But it was just funny how he was just like, oh.
Never mind.
And another dude was like, I guess we leaving. And walked right back out. Like,
he was just looking like, okay, I guess it's time to go.
Right. So when I was watching this place, so you could tell he, even some people of the police station know, like, I guess the captain and I guess maybe sergeant. I don't know how.
I think most of them are part of the order. Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't know.
No. I felt better.
He didn't know what was going on.
Like, why am I not included? Like,
right. It's just like, all right, leaving. But it just really shows how people are just, the police was just following each other's orders. Yeah. It's just like, oh, I'm just following
not
orders.
Thinking for themselves.
You're not thinking for yourself. So you didn't see this nigga try to go into the house and couldn't.
You didn't question it like, hey, wait a minute. You can't come in. Why?
Right.
Like, why is that? Well, Lord. Anyway, so Diana is trying to fight the creatures, and
the Crump twins.
Oh my Lord, it was crumping. I'm sorry, y'all, but I was getting hyped up whenever they started dancing. I was like, oh shit, they fucking killing it. They over here doing like the backwards, like back bends and shit like that, just doing crazy shit. But anyway, it's like she's trying to fight them, and Montrose's coming in. He's like, what the fuck is going on? He thinks that she's losing her mind. They scratch her arm, poor girl. She starts like bleeding and shit like that. And then it switches to Atticus seeing the cops shoot at the house, and the cops try to shoot at Atticus. But before that, we find out that the spell that Christina put on Letty actually works when the bullets was going in the house. Did you see that?
Yeah, Letty was just curious. She was on the floor with everybody else that was in the house, and then she just kind of sat up and was just
at first I was like, bitch, what you doing?
No, because she put the protection spell on her.
Yeah.
I think that's at that moment when she was on the floor. She was like, well, I'm on the floor. I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot I got this shit on my stomach.
Right.
So, after that, like, Atticus, the cop tries to shoot at Atticus, but a creature pops up. The creatures that was in the first episode, but bigger, and it kills all the cops. That was the best. And it kills the captain. I was like, oh, you thought you was gonna have a good day.
But you know what I was thinking, even though I know this is a show, y'all don't get on me. I'm nosy. Okay, nobody was out there like.
I was thinking that too. I was like, none of the neighbors was like, what the fuck is that? Actually, let me go mind my business. I think that's why that nobody was outside because they was like, you know what? Let me mind my business. I see this big ass creature. Nobody go outside.
Outside, I understand. But you have windows.
That's true. But
I'm nosy.
I feel like most of the white people in that neighborhood like will just always turn a blind eye to shit that was going on.
Yeah, but you can turn a blind eye, but that don't mean you didn't see it. You have to see it to turn a blind eye.
My ass is nosy. I'm sorry. I'll be all up in that one. Who the fuck? Hold on. This nigga just dumped on the fucking captain. Ripped his arm out, bitch. When he threw one of the cops, that shit was funny as fuck. That shit was like, okay. Like, so nobody just saw anything?
You got a whole group of, like, nosy people on the street,
and they always fucking nosy, always asking questions and shit. So,
but not one person was out, like, or not one person said anything.
Like, officers, are you okay? Nosy asses. They don't want that though.
No, I wouldn't have went out, but I'm just saying it's just the point. Like, I don't know, but I have a feeling within the show, or the next, that's not gonna be addressed. Like, nobody's gonna be like, hey, did you see that yesterday? Was I tripping? Like,
hallucinating? Was the weed that good?
Because I saw monsters, or just like even finding the mess. Cause who gonna clean that up?
That's true, and I think it's those creatures that was from the first episode that Christina has. So I think ultimately that creature is Christina's, and when it sees Christina, it's gonna go back to her. That's what I think.
So you know what? This is what I thought. First of all, what did you think happened? And then I said, okay, so I kind of had a theory on this because at first I thought that he summoned it.
Yeah, that's what he did for the spell. Remember when they didn't think it worked? I think that was just a summoning for a creature spell type of thing.
Right. That's what I was just gonna say. That was my theory. Because at first I thought he did it by himself.
Yeah.
I thought like, okay, something to where he was about to die, and that thingy thing came up, and he kind of summoned it because he had his hand out.
Yeah.
So I thought his self summoned it somehow without him knowing, like some force,
like his version of a protection spell.
Yeah, I thought it was like the Force.
Oh.
Like he was just like,
like he was a Jedi
and then the thing, and the thing came out of the thing, But then, like he said, I thought about it a little bit more, and I was like, maybe that's what they did, and that's Christina's way of protecting him. Yeah. And maybe that's why when Letty had asked, can you put a protection spell on him, she said no.
No, because she knew what she was gonna do.
Right, because the little things, like you said, she can call them back. And that's the way that she could like protect him and like not lie, because it did protect him, but still be able to control it.
And also it's crazy that he got literally 5 days to live. And I'm thinking like, how is she gonna try to kill Atticus? That's my thing, because she has to like sacrifice and become immortal. So it's like, you think everybody is just gonna let this happen? Like, and is Ruby okay with this? Like, that's why I'm just like, what the fuck?
I don't know if she told Ruby, because she
didn't tell anybody. Only Atticus knows.
Yeah.
Oh, and Letty now. Yeah. So next episode's about to be fucking crazy. They just solving everything, and then poor Diana, she did not deserve any of that. That was fucked up. What happened to her?
No, it was definitely messed up. But I'm thinking, because I don't know if you guys seen the sneak peek, but Gia's supposed to come back, and then William
what she's gonna
is supposed to be there, but in his actual form. Did you catch that?
Yeah, I caught that, but I'm like, that's Christina as William.
No, but Christina was in the room when William walked in.
Hold the fuck up. Wait, I gotta go back and watch the sneak peek. Wait a minute, but William is technically dead. So what the fuck, she brought him back to life? Y'all, this episode, this whole fucking show just keeping me on my toes. Like, I'm so stressed. Go back to the last episode when I was feeling good.
Right. I don't know how I'm gonna feel in the finale.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't want the show to be over. Like, just keep making episodes. Please.
And I know it's gonna be a huge ass cliffhanger. I
already fucking know. And if they cancel this shit, I will fucking riot. Do not cancel this fucking show, okay? We need another season, And I'm gonna try to bite the butts too, so I can know what's really going on.
Oh, please don't cancel it, because
we need this. We need it.
This is crazy.
Best show I've seen in a long time.
Do you have any other theories about anything else?
Okay, so I still feel like it's probably like a far off theory, whatever. But I still feel like Christina's dad is alive. Like, I feel like he's waiting for somewhere in the cut, and he's gonna come on and be like, surprise, bitch. You thought I was dead? Like, what the fuck you thought? So, I don't know, maybe something like that. I also think the woman that was in the hood that pushed Atticus out was Letty in the future. And I also think that G is gonna play a big part in everything. That's what I think.
I don't know. If I was G, I would have left.
That's true, but she still loves Atticus.
No, I know, but
it's unfortunate, yeah. Because he was a straight fucking dick, like, you know, like just being an asshole for no fucking reason.
But you know what? I think Atticus still loves her too. Yeah, that's why he doesn't want her there, because it's like, hey, you fucking up stuff.
Like, hold on, wait a minute.
She's pregnant. All right, that's why you don't go. See, but look, that's how I feel. All y'all men mad at Gia, especially ones that died. Mm-hmm. Y'all all mad at her. But at the same time, why you walking around sticking your little dingling in everybody? I'm just saying.
It's true though. It's true.
You having sex like
no,
damn,
like chill the fuck out.
Right, keep that thing to yourself.
And you wouldn't have problems like this.
You wouldn't have problems.
That's what Atticus gets.
Right, you shouldn't just been randomly sleeping with people.
No,
I understand that comes with love.
And it was fucked up because he was like everything we had was fake. I was like, you asshole. Like, why would you even say that?
Yeah, but Gia's smart. She know that ain't true.
I know, I fucking love Gia though. I hope she sticks around.
Yeah. Y'all, thank you again for joining us for a recap of Lovecraft episode 8. Crazy. It just gets crazier and crazier. Thank y'all for hanging in there with us and trying to understand what's really going on.
And let us know your guys' theories as well, because we want to know what y'all think too.
Right. Make sure y'all check out Ghost of Tsushima. I know y'all seen it drop because y'all are subscribed and you guys are following us, right? And if you haven't, then we just dropped Ghost of Tsushima, which is a samurai game.
Yeah, it looks really fucking cool.
The graphics are really, really dope. And we do voiceovers of it. So make sure you guys go and watch that. Leave a like, a comment, subscribe. Be back next time. We'll be back. Bye. Peace out.
That was cute.